Hello there. It's been ages since I've done a video, and I'm doing this one to share an experience I had last week, which I thought would be useful for some of you to not get in the same situation that I was. Some of you will probably already know that we've seen the posts on Facebook that I had my 3-month-old car stolen last week. It was stolen off my drive in the middle of the night. It's got a keyless fob on it, but it wasn't, well, I didn't think it was keyless entry, maybe it was, but anyway. So basically they didn't break in or anything. They must have used a scanning device to copy the key from outside the house, which cloned a copy key that they'd got, and then they basically let themselves into the car and drove off. As I am a massive Abraham Hicks fan, I avoid negative crap. I avoid the news, so I'd never really read the stories about all this scanning stuff that was going on. So I was kind of out of the loop on that one. And also I have an app, so it was a Mercedes, and they have an app whereby you can enable tracking. And I'd registered it all, but I hadn't been advised when I bought it that the tracking part of the app you had to pay for. So when I registered it all, I just assumed everything had been done, but no, it hadn't been. So that's another thing. And what was the other thing? It'll come back to me. So basically, when I woke up to find the car gone on Thursday morning, I obviously then realised the tracking wasn't enabled and spoke to the police, got my crime number, and then bought the app to try and track it, because I was told that when the ignition is going in the car, then it will connect to the app, but it never did anyway. So whether it's never going to work with a different key that's using the car, I don't know. Whether the thieves were clever enough to have disabled the tracker, I'm not sure. Whether by the time I enabled the tracker, the car was already on a truck, whatever, so it's never needed to start the ignition again, I have no idea. So the moral of the story, and the other thing is, I had a very frustrating day, 2 days with Mercedes and the police, desperately, because there's also a SIM within the car, and that SIM has got a location on it, and the mobile provider, who is Vodafone, could provide the location of the car regardless of the tracking device. So Mercedes insisted that the police send them this Form 29 because of data protection before they would release the SIM details. That took forever because the police are totally under-resourced, and I had to keep chasing it. Once they'd done that, they then have to contact Vodafone, but they have to send a shed load of forms to Vodafone in order for Vodafone to process it. Vodafone then provide a very complicated, large spreadsheet back to the police that's not just got my location on it, it's got everybody's location on it. So it needs a business analyst in the police to then analyse that data and be able to decipher where my car is. Well, yeah, so you can imagine that once all of that's done, which by the way, it hasn't even started a week on, the car's going to be long gone. So I then realised that the most nicked car in 2017 was the Mercedes C-Class, which is what I'd got. So I just wanted to share this story basically. There's two sides of it. You can put your keys, that was the third thing, in lead boxes or in the fridge or in a microwave, and it stops the scanner working, which is great. However, what happens if that burglar is desperate to get your car and then breaks in to get the key? That could be an even worse situation. So the jury's out on that one for me. However, long story short, the insurance will give me a replacement new car. I'm going to have to wait a while for it, but at least I'm going to get a car at some point, and it's going to be the same car, so I'm going to have the same issue in terms of it being a highly nickable car. And I will go for the lead tins to put the keys in, and I've been advised to get, the old-fashioned crook locks that go on the steering wheels. Lots of you will already know that, and maybe some of you are using it, but apparently that's a massive deterrent, especially in today's technology with all these keyless cars that can be copied so easily and so stolen very quickly and very easily. So I just wanted to share my experience and make sure that you're aware to keep your keys in lead boxes, that use a crook lock if you can to deter thieves the old-fashioned way. If you've got an app that's connected to your car, make sure the tracking's enabled on it, because if that had been enabled, I could have quite quickly given that information to the police, and who knows, the car might have been returned quite quick, but it's gone. Probably on a boat to China by now. So just wanted to share that with you. It might help some of you. It might inform some of you of stuff that I didn't know before all this happened a week ago. So there you go. That's my share for today. Cheers, Tribers. Hope to see you soon. Bye.